Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 327 edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, the market across the globe, I will tell you, there is a slowdown in terms of momentum as we speak, not only in NGS as we speak now, across the globe, we are seeing a mixed market and a slowdown. And that's why I said it's like every no, market players across the globe have the same sentiment when they listen to information or when they release information or when they expect information, they tend to react in the same direction. And also, when you see market rally for like a week or 3 or 4 days, you see people also taking profit. That is why, as a trader and also as you are in this class, I tell you that up markets and opportunity to you to take profit, and also that one day up, one day off is not a trend. Now you can see that when you see a trend for the market for always 2 days or 3 days, 4 days, what is next is what profit taking. It might be sustained more than that for you as a trader investor because you have a goal and you are looking towards that goal. Once you see opportunity to take profit, you do so. Both in the trend we are seeing both in matured market and down here in NGS. As we speak now, we can tell you that no Asia market opened on the what on the downward direction this morning as a result of investors in that environment factoring in the weak China macroeconomic data, and these are also weigh down their positive sentiment for likely pause in what in a Fed interest rate hike. This is what is driving the momentum right away. I will tell you that investors in Asia are concerned that yes, the slow growth in that economy has also the property sector meltdown has also affected that environment, trying to also push their inflation up. And don't forget that when inflation is reading is high in an economy, it's bound to what to be a reversal of their 10% what 10% cut in their last rate they did by 10 basic points. I believe that this is why you are seeing that sentiment in that environment, and that if as the government is also intervening in that environment to stimulate demand and all those stuff, it's also likely also to make to put pressure on what on interest on inflation. And don't forget that when inflation is also up, there bound to be what rate hike. And in that environment, despite that China stock recorded worst performance for at open as we speak now, investors in other other region in that zone are also looking at the data that is emerging within that vicinity. We saw that South Korea and Philippine inflation read what was more than expected. These are what is putting pressure that if the zone is having a kind of rising inflation, like it may likely also affect what rate decision. And don't forget, basically that's the common economics language or model that when you see high inflation, they tend to say that there's too much liquidity in the system, and the regulator, which are also the CBN, the policymakers, are likely to hike rate to mop up this money back from what from the society. And most time it works within the environment, but in most cases, other environment it doesn't work. That means you must look behind this rate hike when you want to control what inflation. But because we are seeing countries in that region, in that zone, seeing that they are seeing a spike in their interest in inflation, that might also look at them also increasing rate to curb this inflation. That's as mentioned that South Korea, Philippines, and and the others who have seen what a rate hike. Even Australia stock also was it because of fear of this China poor economic or weak economic data. I missed that. Also, that's why that I think Australia Reserve Bank also is slowing down in terms of rate hike, but we are seeing also the concern for them in their meeting if they are likely to take a decision to increase that, or they are waiting to see what inflation will look like in the environment. But I believe that they are likely to pause their inflation interest rate. But inflation also rising also is a bad flag already that they are still watching to see if there will be rate hike between now and later time in the year, because they paused in their last meeting whether they continue, because of this rate hike in that region, fear that they might likely come back to rate hike is what also influencing the performance in that environment. But if you look at also what is happening in Europe market, I tell you that because of the same global data that is not too strong globally, this weak data is also affecting Europe. Knowing that I tell you last time that European economy and that of China, they are very strong partner in terms of trade. But seeing that China, their partner, their economic data are not too sound, are not pointing to where they are going yet, it's also likely to affect the eurozone. And that's also, as we speak now, eurozone stock has opened or market has opened on the what on the lower side of the market, and that's also waiting to see other factors and other information coming around that zone. But as we speak now, that is the state of things in eurozone. Market is slightly in the red, but we are seeing that out of the almost 5 to 6 indicators for the market there, we are seeing that just about two is also in green, others are in red, and that tells you that this information is still what is driving what the market around there. Majorly on this China weak economic data, we saw that the fear of rate hike coming down because the economic data that came from mandated from US are giving a sign that Fed might also pause. And which I tell you, you can see the focus that came from Goldman Sachs that the fear of recession in US has cut down from almost to 20% expectation to 15%, and also that because the Fed chairman or the committee are very careful in their rate hike, that we might likely see recovery, and these are what is also shaping the sentiment in US market right away as we speak. But you also know that, like I said, most of the market players around the globe is the same mentality, the same sentiment, because most all of them are looking at the same data. So down here in Nigeria, when you see that the market is going up, because we're all watching with the same data, yes, so look at one place, either a level to sell, you can see they ask almost the same thing at that level again. Just that these are how markets all over the world behave. You must understand what you are trading and how you are going about it. Once you're able to get it right, I'll tell you that yes, you are in also for real business when you are trading. Because I will tell you anytime, any day, like I always say, that you must have your plan, and also you trade your plan. But if you are in the market, you don't have plan, you are just investing for investing sake, I think you are just on your own. You must have what will guide you so that you can remain above the market. When I mean above the market, your winning side must be more than what your losing side. But when you are just doing it for just being sake, you are just following the bandwagon to do all this, you have a way of weighing you down. That's why whether you're a trader or investor in this market, you need to have what a plan that you are trading, and this plan will go a long way to guide you. You can see that the fear of what the global data, especially the Chinese economic worsening situation continue. That also trying to affect oil price again. Even when oil have rallied to almost 88.9 dollar, $94. That's why it has slide down this morning. It's been lower to trade around 88.16 dollar. Tells that this fear of global weak data in terms of demand and all those stuff are also trying to what influence oil price. And I will say that what is happening in Ukraine is not impacting the market positively. But we believe that, as I told you yesterday, with the upcoming G20 summit or meeting where other presidents or other countries are invited to join, I think we'll be discussing a better information that also or better discussion that also impact the market. But if you look at also that even the service sector managers index that came or activities index that came, we saw a slight improvement in China, but that of Europe also having fear that we might see a slide in that. This is also what's also playing out in that environment, in that market as we speak. But like I said, US market is flat now or mixed, because we are seeing that Dan Jones is slightly in green, while S&P and Nasdaq are slightly down marginally. But we believe that as the sentiment is changing also, we might see a better market, because we are seeing that companies are making moves for merger and acquisition, and that's also a plus for the market. And also don't forget that this end of the quarter, many that sell in May to come back in October, they will be returning back to the market. But as they come back to the market, if the data they are seeing, both economic data and corporate data, corporate earnings will guide them what to do. That's why we believe that in the month of October you see market turn around, and that's why, like down here in our market, we expect that because of the result from the first year bank, we expect to see oscillation in this market for the month of September. And not only that, because also markets are rallied for straight almost 4 months, we expect to a slowdown in terms of profit taking from all these activities, especially as the market has crossed the above the above the 2008 resistance line or the peak then. if that is what we have in mind, we expect to see a mixed market even down here too. That is why I'm not surprised that market is slowing down this morning because of profit taking. We saw the kind of ginger in the market yesterday in terms of position taking after the result of GT Code, Investdata Bank, and that of Fidelity. Even though it's not a Investdata Bank, we saw a high payout compared to their previous one and improved numbers that have triggered buy interest in the bank sector. Only yesterday, you gain about 5.65%. It tells you that not only that, knowing that the banking sector any day, any time, remain in business and also as the engine of any economy, activity is going to impact positively. We are seeing the impact of what rate hike on across all the banks. Result that their interest income has improved tremendously. Then also add to what the gains they are recording in FS, which I know that is one-off thing, would also have it at the back of our mind. We will continue like this going to the future because it's one-off thing. We expect that also investors will take advantage of this to know what to do at the right time. But I believe that our banks are not doing badly, and seeing such such performance from them, I believe that it's going to support their payout even at immediate in this dividend, and also at the end of the year, knowing that fourth quarter of every year or no, in any economy is most active sector. Also, as business activity improve in the fourth quarter, we expect to see some more income for the bank, the financial sector. For that, we expect that this number we are seeing will be sustained, and if it's sustained, we expect a higher a higher dividend payout. And also, it also go in line that prices has gone up. Like I said yesterday, you need to also pay up a good dividend to support what to support your yield. Like as we're looking forward to see tomorrow, tomorrow trading bill primary market option. If we see that the yield for 1 year, which is also the 3 we are seeing about 12% or below 12% or above the current 13.97. If you see that it's going to see which stock will give you such a no return in terms of dividend, because I tell you yield again can lead toward from direction, because these are long term investors, especially the bank, the PFAs that are for long term investors. They want to look at how consistent the company has been in terms of dividend, and will they continue to pay that dividend. That is what they want to check. Will they able to grow their dividend compared to what they did last year, because their price has gone up. So that, because if you're unable to grow your dividend, your price cannot be sustained at that level. Like yes, you say we look at fundamental, look at technical. These are the key things you want to look at, and that's why all eyes are still on that tomorrow world. Treasury primary market option. You can see that market has slowed down this morning. Also, you can see that profit taking a hit on top. Just to see the outcome. For that, we will see where we are going. And don't forget that this is the last month for the quarter. Once we enter the second week, we start seeing more results from whether from Access Bank, UBA, and Zenith Bank. And also, we're looking forward to see that of Mansard and Chief. If this all is good and they come with their dividend, it will have a way also impacting the market. I believe that for me, we should not panic because we are seeing a slowdown in the market right away. It's part of the market. And I tell you this morning, our market is still very strong. That's why we're seeing a pullback in terms of what, in terms of activities. The index looking down marginally. That does not mean that the market is bad, but rather it shows that people are taking advantage of what high price, and that is the beauty of the capital market. Anywhere in the world, the dynamics of capital market is what profit taking, buying, and also coding, and also timing. These are the things that you must understand when you are investing in equity market. Once you have all this at the back of your mind, I will tell you that you won't be pushed up and down by the market. Rather, you are want to position yourself and know the right time to be in the stock, also the right time to be outside the stock. Once you're able to get this this movement around position, I will tell you, you are already a good trader or investor that know when to go in and also when to go out. Once you have this at the back of your mind, I will tell you it will help you to know how you're going to stay and how far you're going to take profit, because before you enter, you already have a goal that you are playing with or you are trading with. That goal will continue to guide you. As we speak now, the Ocean Index is still trading above 68,000. Now right away, it's doing 68,222.13. Market is down marginally by what? By 57.01. Market is down by 0.06. Marginally down. Yeah, for me, it's a market is not being badly because we are seeing position taking. After the market marginally now, we are also seeing a bearish market, a negative market breadth. We're having 26 losers right away against just 16 gainers as we speak in the market right now. this is the position of the market in terms of numbers. But if you look at the top losers, we are seeing that ROT Briscoe is leading that losers chart, followed by John Holt, and also we can see me and Baker still showing on that top loser right away, and MC Nico and ABC Transport. I said something about ABC Transport. I'm not surprised that people are taking profit right away this morning. You can see they're also reflecting on the stock price. And you can see also, if you look at the other side, the flip side, which is the gainer side, we're seeing that Multiverse is leading that pack with 10%, followed by Omatech. Omatech is flat now at 50 kobo, short, very strong, starting from 32 kobo that started the week. No, on Friday. Now you can see that's almost 50 kobo, 10% off, followed by Sooner Assurance at also 88 kobo, 10% off. You can see Owando, and also Owando is almost 7 naira now, 670, 9%, 9.8% in the green. You can see also the next one is UPDC risks, the property UPC risks. When I mean risks, the investment in the real estate investment of UPDC. These are the ones that are the top gainers. And if you look at the other side, which is the activities in terms of volume, Owando is leading. Owando have traded almost 60.3 million shares right away, followed by UBA. UBA is still doing 1530. Have traded 52.5 million shares, followed by Fidelity at 84 8 naira 48 kobo, 32 million shares traded, and Access Bank at 17 naira 35 kobo, 24.3 million shares traded. Why? We are seeing that transport has come below 7 naira right away, doing 6 naira 74 kobo. For me, these are the position of the stock. There's no cause for alarm. Just hold your position and invest wisely. You can see that if you have a plan, now the market is pulling back, you don't need to panic, or rather you take advantage of what is happening in the market. And like the month of September, which I've repeatedly said here, that this month was expect that in the history of the market, looking at the historical data of Nigeria stock market, the month of September has been, for me, a missed month. But in the last, a decade, we have seen that market has remained in the green for 7 years and red for what? For 3 years. That means we want to see what the 2023 September will look like. Starting on a positive note, we saw what happened on the first trading day of the month, and yesterday, today we are seeing a kind of a slide down or a marginal pullback as a lot of profit taking. We want to see, but in this month of September, what we are expected to see that will shape the market is we want to look forward to see more quarter results from companies like Zenith Bank, GT Code, Zenith Bank, UBA, and Access. That is more quarterly. Then that of PZ, and also to release their, and that of also futures. These are the things that will be coming this month for people to know the result that they are expecting for one reason or the other. Then other thing I want to expect is that today I'm telling you already that by tomorrow we want to see what is the TTP market will be looking like. This windows or this investment rate for other windows, what have the work of influence in the market in this month has continued. And also in the month of September, we're able to look at to see macroeconomic data, especially the inflation figure for the month of August. We are already seeing that the potential manager for the month of August, would have discussed here, we saw a kind of also a decline, but to open for being the least or the lowest for almost 5 months, it's a sign that also business activities is also slowing down, and we're not surprised seeing the data that are coming from the foreign sector with the impact of the new reform we're seeing in terms of exchange rate and also problem in our FS market. These are the ones also. But another that is very, very important that we need to put as we are taking decision is MPC meeting that is coming up so this month, and that is where whether rates will also be adjusted or also rate will also kind of live or change. These are the things that will shape the market for this month, and we have to move and watch this play out so that we won't be moved or kind of see if it change, because these are the factors that will shape where the market will going into the to the month. Today is the third trading day of the month of September, and being the last month that toward the end might be also seeing will be dressing by portfolio managers and fund managers, and also institutional investors, just to balance their portfolio also for the quarter. And once we cross into the last quarter of the year, we need to see, or we expect to see what a change, what in activities and sentiment will change. The market is seeing in direction because what is seeing a positive sentiment, that market is trending up in a markup phase. But with the candlestick what I'm seeing right now on the chart, which when I come to the chart also want to explain, they tell you that profit taking, and when you see this sign of sign in an uptrend, it's a sign of weakness for that moment until another positive news comes to the market to continue. Which I believe that the payout or the result, the strength of the result that's coming from UBA, Access, and GTB and the Zenith Bank as the way of influencing the market, and also to see the final the interim dividend that will come from no Master and Chief. These are also what we are looking at, and also Chief also try to go into a holding company. While seeing part of holding company, you can see how transport benefit from a holding company, how the financial sector that I told you are also benefit from it. That is why as the company or the insurance company or Chief try to go there, that means business will expand and they will do a lot of things to support to impact their bottom line positively in that regard. Yes, we quickly come to our chart. If you look at our chart, like I tell you that once you look to the chart as we are doing live trade, you can see this is the time. You can see that the market is doing a higher high. They have broken out all this resistance level, and we are seeing the market. And when market is making higher with improved volume, it's a sign that liquidity is coming back to the market, which we have seen, in the past 4 or 5 days, gradually how liquidity volume has improved. Yes, that's why we can say that there's a cross yesterday that particular about 140 million shares from agency assurance a deal, but others can see that there's volume that have also supported the market in recent time. Gradually, these numbers, I believe that is what is shaping the players, especially institutional investors that have the big fund to play. I believe that, and they play more in this financial instrument or financial stock because of their most consistent event of dividend payout, and also they point out that they're likely to grow their dividend this year. Tells you that my C fund entering to the banking sector, so that it also the news of Owando acquiring Ajib assets. For me, yeah, it might be good news, but we have to play that news with caution. It is not the first time we are seeing Owando acquiring. Remember when Owando acquired Philip, Konoko Philip, and everybody thought that that would change the face of Owando. Where did they rather Owando deteriorated to a bad level? Now they are also doing another thing that everybody is saying Owando. I said the price moving yesterday and today, but I want to encourage that you should do it with caution. Trade Owando with caution. If you are in this class, I didn't say you should not play. If you have information, use your chart very well, but you have to be very careful because yes, don't forget that they are giving kind of indication what will be the cutoff price for those as they are going to delist. No, they want to shareholder manager that telling them to delist all those stuff. You have to play with caution. It's a good news if it was automatically if we want to acquire such asset, they will also do the same function like what Templar is doing today. But don't forget that Owando also in South Africa have been suspended, on their floor because of what all these kind of corporate governance that are having issue and all those stuff. We are want to play Owando with caution. I didn't say you should not buy Owando, but you have to trade with caution in that environment because it's your hard-earned money. And yes, back to the chart as I was explaining. This is the market that you are seeing that the market is making her board. The last candlestick we are seeing here is in form of if you say opposite direction, it's form of T, but now it's not in form of T now. It's up. You can see one small wick up here and also the blue one. That means market move up. We are positive this morning before coming down on this region on profit taking, and the also volume so far is very very small, which you can see down here. But let me quickly call up our indicators going to help us a lot this morning because I want us to do some critical analysis looking at the chart because that has a way of making your analysis for you to know what you are looking for in the market. Even though you are using your moving average, you are using your MACD, you are using your money flow, you must understand what you are using and use it what effectively to make what informed decision. These are the things that I want us to share this morning, and also finally the T line. T line is what I use to filter noise in the market, and also it acts as what as a resistance and support level for us. And for me in Investdata, we don't play with T line because we use it both for short term time frame or long time frame is applicable. So far you know how to use. Once you know how to use it, you are good to go. Straight ahead. That is the only way you can make money fast, knowing the direction of the market to know when to take profit and also when to jump in. Now you see that your index action or price action is above the T line, then there is still strong momentum. But once you cross it down, it's a sign of momentum and also profit taking. You need to watch and see, because if what we are taught in statistics that in this moving average in already, if you see price going far from the average, it's likely to come down. If it's going up, that to come down to meet the average. If also moving average far down, that means if you know how to use this MACD, take to this EMF, which is the 8 days moving average exponential. If you know how to use this exponential moving average, it will help you, because it's act as a filter of noise in the market. Right away now, even when the market is trying to pull back, I see that we are seeing that it's still trading above the T line, and MACD is bullish also. And money flow this morning has also almost have shoot up to 79. As at yesterday, it closed at 74.63. This morning, you can see that fund is still entering this market. MACD is still very positive. That's why we are seeing this sign, and that's why we need to watch, because I believe that slowdown in some stock as a profit might resume up after the option tomorrow. But start the market jumping, especially as these numbers we're expecting start also hitting the market with a stronger and better numbers expected. That will change the face of the market. We should have it at the back of our mind. And if you look at this index now, for this is general index for the market. You look at this is the daily chart. We want to look at the 1 hour chart for the for index. On the 1 hour chart, you can see that it's still very, very good. Only that the last 1 hour we saw a little slide down here, which you can see. The last point you are seeing here at this point. But if you look at your 8 days exponential moving average, you can see that the market is still above it, and MACD is still bullish. That's why we're already seeing a sign of the histogram is already descending, and the money flow also looking down to hit around the 77, which is not totally bad. But I'll tell you that profit taking is also part of what I put the market in this move. I'll quickly look at 15-minute chart for the index before we now move to other stocks we are going to watch for today. If you look at the index proper now on a 15-minute chart, you also notice that the market is slightly below the T line now. If you can see what I'm seeing right away, if you can see from there, and you can see that also MACD has confirmed a bearish position. Why money flow is trading around 68, but flat right now at this moment. Not pointing up, not pointing down, just on a flat move, or it's a trending form of movement, not moving up, not moving down. This tells you that also you must look the way of this to get the basic position of the market before you equally also move away from it. You can see like this marginally. Then finally, we just look at what 5 minutes is doing, but 5 minutes also telling us with this sign. We're seeing the market trying to look up here, trying to cross, but money flow is looking down, and the index is below the T line. If you are seeing a weak shortest moving average, shortest time frame, it tells you that yes, it's pointing out what the larger scope will look like. That is why we need to also watch carefully and see where the market is going. It's a good sign that market is at this move right away. For me, there's no cause for alarm, like I said. Then quickly look at this one that everyone is looking at. Yes, already the price ceiling, or let's say the price level that all eyes are on now, is the 7 kobo that that they propose. That is what we want to look, how the chart look like, so that you know exactly what to do. Here, if you look at the chart, you can see that even at 15-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, you can see that it's above the line, it's above the line. But also look at again for the chart, you can see where it's about. Market has confirmed that it's already becoming blue. Look at despite it trying to pick up, you can see 15-minute chart is down. The histogram tells us that it's descending down here already. I can see where money flow is on the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart. Really look at what is happening in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, we are seeing that the last 15 minutes, we are seeing a buy position, even when they are about to be profit taking. We can see the 15-minute chart, the period, we can see that trying to sustain the 670 at this point. You can see even when they touch it, they try to pull back, but I see that where it is now, right? You are pulled back to almost 6 naira, 6 naira 51 kobo. You can watch it carefully. And on the 15 minutes chart, we see that MACD is becoming bullish here, which you can see, and money flow is looking up to be around 35. Once it cross this 50, fine, and this is the momentum we are seeing in the market right away as we speak. We quickly look at 1 hour, 1 hour chart for one. 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart also are giving a sign of resistance, but this is a sign also weakness. You can see that after it has gone up, go down, but try to go up again. But let's watch and see what the stock is doing. You can see volume of selling position, and we're also seeing buying in this hour again. And money flow is reading almost 99 what on the 1 hour chart. Quickly look at it, a day chart and see what is doing down before we can move to another stock. On the day chart, you can see it here, like form of a breakout to where it is almost 6,870. Now it's doing a 6 naira 65 kobo. Profit taking is also on the stock. You can see it here that it's more of sellers right now. That's why I think. But earlier, you can see a buy position that moved the momentum that the money flow has already touched 88.20. This is the terms of money flow, and MACD is still bullish in terms of on a day chart. You can see it here. Yes, but for those stocks that we're expecting to see their results, we look at UBA and Zenith Bank to see why profit taking slowing them down at this hour. How far will that go on their price performance? We quickly look at it, yes, before we call it a day. Let's look at this is the chart of UBA on a daily chart. You can see that this is a daily chart. Yesterday it touched as high as almost 16 naira plus 1650. You can see there, but it pulled back, and that's a sign of weakness after. But this morning again, it has not moved, just standing around that 15, 20, 25, but kind of sliding. And also you can see that MACD has moved up in terms of signal a bullish run. That's crossed the signal line. Now having a bullish line, but you see a slowdown in money flow, and money flow is looking down to read 52. But you can see this technical spot. We need to watch, but as far as it's still far from what from the T line, we need to watch, and likely also to come back. But because there's expectation, and this expectation, if they beat market expectation, that will likely also trigger it to break out. Because I think this is the recent tops here and here, which it break out yesterday and come down, but we need to see how far it will go from here. They tried to break the tested it here again, but it broke it out marginally before coming down. To stay under this level, you must look at this. This is a double top here. 1, 2, it came down. So I find also getting there again, like I said, it's a sign of weakness again. But this is another the multiple stop 1, 2, 3. Not to watch it very, very careful when you are analyzing the stock. This is the 1 hour chart for UBA. 1 hour chart, even as there's a sign of a set down here, profit taking, but still preparing above the T line. But MACD is already confirming gradually. Once it breaks down below the price, a bearish MACD, and money flow is flat for what for in 1 hour chart. Look at the 15-minute chart. It's happening in 15-minute chart. So look at it. 15-minute chart, you can see that 15-minute chart also the stock is starting below the T line now, right away below the T line. And with the beauty that I can see that MACD is also accelerating. Once it crossed there, I see this one up, that will also change the face of here. And we're seeing like what we call a bullish divergence. This is trying to come up, and this is also trying to flat, to start trend. And money flow is still in above 50 at 55 point something in 15-minute chart. For me, this is a good strength in UBA. Even the 5-minute chart is not doing bad too. Look at it here, it's not doing bad too. With the MACD and with money flow of 15 minutes, this trading can see that still flat on the T line for 5 minutes. There's no the shortest time frame is not looking bad. Quick one, look at what is happening in Zenith Bank. Assets have turned have turned remaining in that have remained in oscillating mode. You see assets up today, the next day is down. But I believe that the number will give him a clear direction where assets will go from here. So that if you can access through your position, I believe that if the new wave of dividend growth in terms of that is maintained or sustained, in other companies like Asset Bank, UBA, and the Zenith Bank, that we might see an uptrend. This is a 15 minutes, 5-minute chart for Zenith Bank. This is a good sign. You can see that it's trading above the, you are breaking up what's it called? It's a breakout here, to trade about the thing. Like on 5 minute chart, for me, it's a good one. And MACD is very, very positive. You can say it's almost crossing to become with a money flow is within 63. But this is a good sign for Zenith Bank. This is the shorter time frame on a live chart. On a day trade, for 5 minutes. For me, we're seeing a good trend there, a good support there. For me, it's a good one. And also, if you check the 15 minute chart, we saw also kind of trying to break up the pullback, trying to also to corner. What we're able to cover that is also to say bullish and cover, but we're able to take off this last red here, but still coming up, you can see. But if you look at also the MACD, histogram can say that it still started ascending up, was able to sustain and cross over. That was also confirmed the recovery here. But money flow is still strong around 78.38, which is for me it's a good one. Quickly look at the, the 1 hour chart for Zenith Bank. The 1 hour chart, it tested this key line twice. The previous day it came, at this hour. So the last hour, sorry, not the last hour, it touched here. The current hour is also resisting decline to stay flat at this point. That it closed yesterday. So you can see that the stock has remained strong. But if you look at MACD also ascending, but still bullish as we speak now. And money flow is within 71 for the stock. If you look at the day chart for the stock, finally get our position. The day chart for Zenith Bank is still remain bullish, but you can see that there's a sell-off here or selling signal here that people are taking profit. We saw it yesterday and today that the stock is also quite trying to take profit in Zenith Bank, and I believe that once their number hit the market, we take profits of the market. But for me, there's no cause for alarm. Let's keep our fingers crossed in the market and invest with knowledge. Don't rush out of your position. When you meet your target, don't be greedy. Take your target, because this is the only way to survive in the market. As we speak now in Nigeria economy, the only financial instrument that is giving investor money or that is getting wealth to investor is the equity market. Even when the bond market, we are seeing it relatively, bearish, relatively bearish because of what high inflation. That of fixed income market really be. We'll sort it out tomorrow to know what will be the end of the closing rate for the day. That will also inform decision of where fund is flowing. If the MPR is already high, the major one the market look at is the TP ratio, start yield or rate serving as a movement of funds from one movement of the other. For that, let's keep our fingers crossed and say thank you for today. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace. Also, don't forget, those that are interested in the common masterclass, do before the date for the discount will also expire. But I said the 21st of September, you enjoy your 50% discount for those that are premium class, and those that are not there, it's 5% for you to enjoy our discount for the common master class. Bye and enjoy the rest of your trading.